Welcome back, true believers. This is Raktar, and today I'm going to be playing some more Okami HD. In the last episode, I unlocked that, what am I trying to say? In the last episode, I unlocked this demon door in order to find out what's in, that this is an elevator. And in this episode, I actually got that right. But yeah, we're at the Gale Shrine. That's what I was trying to say. We're at the Gale Shrine, going through an elevator, finding out the mystery of Crimson Helm, and finding out the mystery of this fucking scroll. You know what? I haven't fought a scroll in a while. Let's just go at it. I was like, I could avoid this thing, and maybe this will be my chance of redemption at this guy. I already forgot, like, what I did to him last time that was working. I think maybe I cherry bombed him. No, ooh, but I didn't. But I, like, had to draw it right. I forget what this thing's... what I really care to know... Oh, yeah. Dude. Oh, yeah, you're totally supposed to cherry bomb that thing, when it's on the ground there just now. You should probably cherry bomb it. Because... Oh. That water obviously does damage to you. Alright, now is my chance to find out what the floral finisher is for this guy. I really do think it's Cherry Bomb. Did I get a Demon Fang? Let's look around in my loot. No, I don't think I got a Demon Fang. But I took a ton of damage. So yeah, when that thing's on the ground, power slash it, Cherry Bomb it. Do anything but hit it from close range, because obviously that hot water that comes out of it will in fact kick your ass. Oh, and I had to, that was a required fight anyway. Beautiful. Let's actually leave this here for now though, because I think there's something out on this deck. But, oh, it may be something I'm not able to... Do we see water around here at this point? Didn't I drop that key? Seriously, what the fuck, man? Yeah, I can't get around. You know what? You need the... Okay. You can't do anything with this because there's another ability that you get in here. So, remind me to come back for that, even though... Whoa! Dude, I thought that was, like, gonna be waiting there for me, but nah. It had to ditch me like that. Well, I hope it goes straight to the third floor. That would, I would accuse this game of nary a bad game design. But, dude, the fact that it's making me go up the elevator twice, I might accuse it of a little bit. Every game commits the crimes. The fact that it resets the elevator there, I will say, is bad game design. I know you're like Raktar. This game is effing amazing. How could you accuse such an amazing work of art of having bad game design? But you know, every game, no matter how good, has its flaws. Every game makes its mistakes. And in Okami HD... If there's one mistake I've been able to point out so far, which, I mean, that's pretty good for a game, for me to only be able to point out, like, one thing that I consider a design flaw this far into a game. It's that they reset the elevator after a battle. That was actually probably just, like, lazy coding. Like, they're like, so we finished this battle, and we noticed that when you, win, it resets the whole, room, and the room counts the elevator. And one designer was probably like, I don't want to fix that. It seems okay to me. That seems fine. I can live with that. But I don't know. Like I said, I shouldn't be so accusatory. Maybe they did that on purpose, but... Oh. But it really seems like they would have no reason to do something like that on purpose, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Now that's one big windmill. I saw it from down in the village, but I had no idea why it was this big. Hey, what's that? It's swirling around in front of the big windmill. It almost looks like wind, but it's black and foreboding. It's as if the wind were being forced in the opposite direction. I wonder if that swirling evil air is what stopped the windmill. Maybe that's why the divine wind stopped blowing. If so, it must be the work of that Crimson Helm. Wonder how we could get rid of that evil air. So, you'll notice that it is... Oh, damn it, he's gonna give it away now, because so you'll notice that it's going in this way, and during that conversation, Isun basically tells you what to do by being like, it looks like it's forcing the wind in the opposite direction, so, yeah. Oh, and then this one, oh, damn it, I did it again by releasing the thing. So yeah, this one, it's swirling this way. So of course we want to... I am being so dumb. Damn it, I fucked it up. He's just like, what the fuck are you drawing? Basically, if you want me to... That time I wasn't... Okay, we gotta blow the rest of that evil air clear out of here. Oh, okay. What? Now it's going this way? What is up with that? Whatever. We got it all. See, sometimes when I'm in those brush drawing sections of the game, I've actually done that before where I'm in the middle of saying something and I don't want to draw the brush technique, so like out of habit, I'll take my finger off the thing and then Isun will start complaining. Isun will start complaining. And I always feel like an idiot because it's like, it's not that I don't know the game's mechanics, it's just that I'm being stupid. It's that I have the motor skills of a child, even though I'm 25. It's starting to spin! Look how strong the divine wind's blowing! Sure hope this drives away the evil down in Kusa village. I sure hope I get a brush technique, hint hint. Blurbader. I don't actually like that in some of these scenes they're 100% but they're prettier if they're pre-rendered. But since they're pre-rendered, it shows me as having, the initial divine instrument. And it's like, why bother having such a sweet weapon as Judgment on my back if it's gonna show me with my first reflector anyway? But that's fine. My first reflector is gorgeous. And you know, if you want gorgeous scenes in a video game, you can't always have them rendered out in real time. Like, I mean, look at how gorgeous this scene is. Of course they've got to have pre-rendered graphics for it to be this beautiful. And I just put that horsey to shame. Kazegami. Amaterasu. Origin of all that is good and mother to us all. For too long, I, Kazegami, god of the wind, have walked a shadowed path. At last, light shines upon me. Use my power to manipulate the wind. Banish those who would seek to shroud this world in darkness. I feel like my power, the power of light, is better for banishing darkness from the world. But hey, what do I know? Power of the sun? I'm basically Capri Sun. I never thought about that. That's bad. I should stop that. I bet that was the one that brought the wind back. Now you can use Kazegami's Gale Storm brush technique. Just draw the mark of Kazegami to create wind. Let's try it out. Hey, that windmill looks like a good target. Draw the wind mark like you did on that swirling evil air. Let's try to make that windmill spin. So, by the way, I'm not going to release this button now. You can do the wind technique in many ways. Okay. So I thought I would just show that, but the point is actually, I was trying to demonstrate that you can make the wind blow in directions, and that includes the wrong direction. So I always thought it was cool. Basically, that first technique that I used will blow wind straight at things, is what the idea is there. And then your other techniques are obviously right and left, which is the three techniques that it was trying to show you in the cutscene where you get the ability. So yeah, is that you can blow it right, left, and forward. So here, and the Serpent Crystal Waka mentioned has piqued my interest. Let's turn this place upside down till we find both. Oh, and Judgment. Look, we had to go through that whole scene without Judgment on my back. But you know what's sad is, eventually I'll have to... Oh, wait. I almost walked right past this. Oh, you know what? I forgot you can do this. There we go. Somebody mentioned that to me in the comments a while ago. I had forgotten it. It's a good thing to keep in mind. Is that if you... Oh, and it's a sun fragment. It's like heart pieces. I think I've explained this before, but I haven't run into a lot of them in the game yet. It's like heart pieces in The Legend of Zelda. But yeah. You... See that? You jump in the air. You do your dash, and it makes your jumps further. So if you're ever having trouble with a jump in this game, don't necessarily assume that you won't be able to do it. Just try doing a jump dash, and it'll make it more likely. And yeah, somebody pointed that out to me in the comments a long time ago, and it just hasn't been relevant since that. Alright, wait a second, let's see. Bet you can put the fire out without using water now. Yep. And all those places where there were chests that I just drew that badly, but it doesn't matter. I kind of drew it backwards, but as you can see, you can draw it inward too, which is cool. Alright, map displaying the strike. Okay. Alright, and so basically, that map is kind of there, I feel like, to demonstrate to you that, there's to show you where to go next. And oh, see, this is why they make the elevator reset. Okay, I have forgiven the game for resetting the elevator now. It's so because it's faster to get back down that way. Look at that. I've pointed out one flaw in this game, and the one flaw pointed itself out as not being a flaw. It was like, oh, the elevator's gotta be that way because it makes it faster to get back down. Oh my gosh. You see? I got nothing on this game. This is like one of the best games I've ever played. By the way, speaking of this game, so the lead designer on this game is, I think, Kenji Inafune. Strike that. This is a travesty. I could not leave this in the recording. So starting now for the next 5 minutes is post-commentary, because for the next 5 minutes, I talk about stuff, and I could not leave it in the recording because I say ridiculously wrong things about who the lead designer is on this game. I don't give the real lead designer on this game credit, so I had to go back, like literally for 5 minutes I talk about wrong facts. So here's the corrections. I figured I would talk about the same subject matter, but with all the correct facts. So Keiji Inafune, not Kenji Inafune, is the creator of Megaman. And the reason I was going into that is because Megaman Legends is a game that I'm going to do on my channel at some point, and I was talking about how cool Megaman Legends is, and how both of these games were both inspired by The Legend of Zelda. But this game was actually designed by Clover, and the lead designer who led up the team, and I think is in charge at Clover, is Atsushi Inaba. And so basically where I got confused is I've been reading a lot of articles about these two games lately, and what confused me is that Keiji Inafune, his favorite video game, he said in one of the articles or in an interview, was The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. And he said that Mega Man Legends was an attempt to make like a 3D version of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Atsushi Inaba, in a separate interview that I read this week, said that one of his favorite games is Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, and that Okami is strongly inspired by the Legend of Zelda series. And so for some reason I got it in my head that these two guys were the same people. And yeah, so I drew that connection, and oddly enough, and then I went on to talk about this for like 5 minutes in this video. And so now I could not. It was like a travesty, because, you know, sometimes if you watch my videos, you will notice that I just go in afterwards and I correct the mistakes really quickly by just putting words on the screen. And the words on the screen correct the things that I said wrong. But in this case, I felt that I said so much wrong stuff, and like literally 5 minutes straight of just talking incorrectly about things, I was like, I cannot correct this with on-screen text. I have to go back in and re-record the audio. So now that has been laid to rest. Keiji Inafune is the creator of Mega Man, and he said that Mega Man Legends was inspired by his favorite game, A Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. But that has nothing to do with this game, which, albeit they were both made by Capcom, this game was made by Clover Studios, and it was led up by Atsushi Inaba, who also loves Legend of Zelda. And who doesn't agree that Legend of Zelda has been an awesome series that has defined a lot of gaming from our childhood. Or for some people's like college years, it depends on how old you are. But yeah, so now, back to talking about the game, now that I've corrected these errors. Right here is the first time that we get to see this awesome game mechanic, which comes up later on in the game. And yeah, it's really cool. There's several places where they put this in here. I just thought it was a really neat idea that the game was like, how else can we use the wind technique? And this was just like a beautiful way to use the wind technique, was by doing, I don't know, oh, look at that. That's just such a neat idea. And there's several more places in the game where it use it. But yeah, as you can probably guess, we're coming up on the room with Crimson Helm in it. But of course, I am going to stop at this save point. But since now I don't have a lot to talk about, I will mention one more time. So, what's cool about Mega Man Legends is that it is another game that, like this game, basically was strongly inspired by the Legend of Zelda series, but they turned it on its head and they basically made a really original and fun game using a really great kind of formula of getting items, using those items to progress in the game, unlocking new areas, and just having the enemies based on what stuff is available to you, except for Mega Man Legends did it in a different way than this, and it was awesome. But now that we're approaching the Golden Gate, I look around the room for a few seconds, and then right when I start talking about the Golden Gate, you'll know that the post-commentary is over.